Okay, hi. My name is Gene Ng, and I have lived in San Anselmo since 1988. I am of Chinese descent. I just want to pass on some cultural aspects of my culture. We were taught at a very young age that we must always respect our elders. We must give the proper greeting to show our respect, and there is a hierarchy level within the family and outside of the family. For example, you should always address your older brother by saying, "Thomas, older brother, have you eaten yet?" Or, "Grandfather, how are you?" You should always say the name and then the person's place in the hierarchy. By using the correct greeting, you are maintaining the respect to your elders. My Chinese friends always call me Uncle Gene or Gene Sok in Chinese. Sok is uncle in Chinese. I have visited China often, and I have found that there is so much reverence for older adults. The younger people are always there to help me if they see that I am in need. Some examples. I was walking up a steep path on the border between Hong Kong and China. I had to go up the incline for authorities to inspect my luggage.
Can we cut 1 second?
As I'm struggling...
One moment, Gene. I'm just going to cut camera. Right, Gene, let's back up just like half a paragraph or so from where you were.
Okay, how about... we were taught in a very young age that we must always respect our elders. We must give the proper greeting to show our respect. There is a hierarchy level within the family and outside of the family. For example, you should always address your older brother by saying, "Thomas, older brother, have you eaten yet?" Or, "Grandfather, how are you?" You should always say the name and then the person's place in the hierarchy. By using the correct greeting, you are maintaining the respect to your elders. My Chinese friends, children always call me Uncle Gene or Gene Sok in Chinese. Sok is uncle in Chinese. I have visited China often, and I have found that there is so much reverence for older adults. The younger people are always there to help me if they see that I am in need. Some examples. I was walking up a steep path on the border between Hong Kong and China. I had to go up an incline for authorities to inspect my luggage. As I'm struggling to walk up the path with my luggage, out of nowhere, two young ladies came over and took my luggage and helped me to the inspection station. I can see the respect they have for me because I am an older person. They use the correct greeting, which is Gong, grandfather. I was very pleased and happy with these two young ladies. Another example happened this year while I was in China. I was invited to I was invited to a dinner party with many influential people. My friend introduced me and told the people my age. They were so taken that they got up and gave me a bow and treated me with great respect during the dinner. I was quite surprised because I don't always get that in the United States. I want to also say that when I was in Korea, I was also given the same reverence as I received when I was in China. We Americans don't always give the deference and respect to older adults as we should. It would be nice if parents can start teaching their children that they must pay respect to older adults. They should be taught that older adults have a lot of experiences and knowledge, and they can learn from them. Too many times have I heard young people say, "They're too old. What do they know?" I hope the idea of older adults not being capable will be gone. I hope that young people will see us older folks as an asset and not a liability. Wouldn't it be nice if everybody sees President Biden as a sage and not as an old man? At this point, I want to just say a few words about my disability. I have a hearing loss. Actually, I'm probably deaf if I didn't have my hearing aids. There are no outward signs that can point to a person with severe hearing loss. And that's where the problem lies. The general population does not see a hard of hearing person as being handicapped. Because of this, some people become impatient with me or with hard of hearing people, and they started yelling. And instead of looking at the person directly and talking to see the lips. My experience in San Anselmo has been mostly positive in both areas of respecting me as an older adult and me as a handicapped person. I think San Anselmo is a wonderful town. I have coached women's basketball for many years at Drake High School, and I had some good teams, and I have also been chosen as in the Marin County Athletic Hall of Fame. So I'm very happy, again, like I said, being a San Anselmo resident.
I'm going to ask you a few questions, if it's okay, just to answer. What is something our schools in San Anselmo can do to help our American children learn what it means to age here, and what it means to how can we help them to learn how to my brain's gone. How to socialize and connect with our older residents.
Probably the first thing I would say is that maybe some teachers can invite some of the older adults and have them come in and give a small talk to the kids and show them that they are capable and that all not knowing what's happening. I think that once they see or interact with older people, I think that the thought of older people not being able to perform as a person. The other thing is I would love to be able to maybe go to Archer Williams High School and talk to the principal and maybe have some of the kids go to maybe a home for the aged and help them with technological problems, and maybe also helping some older adults with landscaping, because it's for myself, if I know that even digging a hole is tough. So there are disabilities, I guess, that us older folks have, physically anyway, but mentally we're probably pretty well set. So my hope is that maybe some teenagers can start teaching us folks who are technologically handicapped. Would be nice.
Thank you. I guess I would say that you are a strong advocate for older adults in Marin by being on the Commission on Aging. What do you see are the important changes that our county and our towns need to make and to better support our older to help everyone as they live and age in Marin and San Anselmo?
Well, I think some, for instance, San Anselmo, I'm looking at their park and recreation pamphlet, and there's hardly any programs for older adults in San Anselmo. I think that the city can probably come up with some programs for older adults. I've been to other communities like San Rafael and San Geronimo, and they have good programs. They have congregate meals for older adults that happens once or twice a week, that all the older adults can come and have an inexpensive meal. That would be a big help. But basically, I think most cities, or it's for myself as a San Anselmo resident, there could be more programs for older adults. We certainly, at this point, do not have any.
Like roller skating or something like that.
Pardon?
Roller skating?
Yes, roller skating would be great. Well, that is a challenge, because a lot of us have a difficult time in balancing ourselves, and teaching us to balance ourselves would be, or a program to help learn to better balance ourselves, because a lot of the older adults, us older adults, take falls, and because our balance just isn't there.
I saw that in Shanghai. All the older folks out in the park doing like all different various forms of physical activities, and into each different category. Like some people are doing huge groups doing ballroom dancing, and then another group is doing like almost ribbon stuff. Other people doing just like jazz party thing, and it was amazing. Everyone was out doing these group activities after the age of about 60.
Yeah, it's.
Very
I know if you go to Chinatown, you would have that. In the evening, especially. The ladies do the dancing mostly, and there are Tai Chi classes, or they all know Tai Chi, and they would go through Tai Chi exercises. So that's a thought.
Opportunity. Do you see a place for opportunities for a intergenerational center, a center for a place, a location, a drop-in location where older adults could get together to do whatever they want, dance, play games, have tea and socialize? Do you see, have you thought of what opportunities San Anselmo could provide to bring people together?
Yeah, it would be nice. I think that I was just thinking about Isabel Cooks, and maybe there are maybe programs there, or just have people drop in and talk to each other. I mean, a lot of the older adults who are living by themselves could need some social interaction, and that's a place where they can go and talk to people and just socialize. Period. And I think that would be great. It doesn't have to. I haven't been to Isabel Cook in a long time, but maybe there are other storefronts on San Anselmo Avenue that's empty that the city can rent or use, and use it as a senior center. I know that many cities and towns have senior centers for people for older adults to gather. So, and the programs that what I'm talking about can start there.
What's your fondest memory, or one of your fondest memories of all your years teaching at Drake, now Archie Williams?
Probably my fondest memory is when they enjoy my class and have fun, and I know that probably when I see my former students out on the street, they come running up to me and say hi, and boy, I really miss you, Mr. Ng, and so. And also the respect they give me. Governor Newsom was one of my students, and he still calls me Mr. Ng when he sees me. So I think that that's my memory. My memory is that they remember me and the good times that we had together.
That's perfect. Yeah.
That's it.
Gene, before we let you go, I'm going to do a quick second introduction. You're just going to say your name and a brief explanation of
How long you've lived in San
who
Anselmo?
you are, why you're here.
what you did.
Okay. Hi, I'm Gene Ng, and I'm a resident of San Anselmo since 1988. It's my daughter grew up here in San Anselmo, and my son went to Drake High School, and my daughter went to Drake High School. As far as being a resident, I've enjoyed the town. There's a great San Anselmo Avenue has some nice restaurants that I go to, that I enjoy going to. Also, I was able to, when I was a basketball coach, I was able to meet a lot of teenagers, and how fun it was, or to keep me young, in fact. So that was the thing I was thinking about. I don't know what else.
That's it.
That's
You
it.
did it.
Is that okay?
And I think
Wonderful.
before you, yeah, that's it.
And then I met him.